Welcome to the very first episode of our brand new series, In Season, where we'll be celebrating fresh seasonal produce all spring and summer long. Today, I'm very excited to kick things off with one of my all-time favorite vegetables, asparagus. While most North Americans can get their asparagus at their supermarkets all year long, there is nothing quite like fresh, local asparagus in the springtime. Today, I'll be celebrating this glorious green vegetable by showing you how to prepare it 3 delicious ways. I'm going to show you my prosciutto wrapped roasted asparagus, a lemon quinoa and asparagus salad, and finally, a shrimp and asparagus stir fry that is the easiest dinner you will ever make. So let's get started with our prosciutto wrapped roasted asparagus. All I've done is trim my asparagus by removing the woody stem at the end. Next, I just want to coat my asparagus in a little olive oil so it doesn't burn while it's roasting. Then it's just a matter of rolling my asparagus spears in thin slices of prosciutto. I'm gonna do these with bunches of 3 asparagus. Single spears would also work. Into the oven these go at 400 degrees for between 10 and 15 minutes. You're looking for your prosciutto to get nice and crispy and your asparagus to be beautifully roasted. Keep a good eye on them though, because you don't want your asparagus to burn. These make an amazing appetizer and they're so easy to put together. Who could resist? Next up is our lemon quinoa and asparagus salad. It can be served either hot as a side dish or cold straight from the fridge. We're getting started today by cooking our quinoa. All we're going to do is combine 1 part quinoa with 2 parts vegetable broth and a clove of minced garlic in a small saucepan. We're going to bring this mixture to a boil, turn the heat down to low, and cover our pot. We're going to let it simmer for 20 minutes and then turn off our heat and let it sit for another 5 minutes. In the meantime, I've got some asparagus that I've just trimmed and chopped, and I'm going to steam it until it becomes bright green. This should only take 2 or 3 minutes in your steamer. And you know your asparagus is done when it turns bright, beautiful green. Run it under some cold water to stop the cooking process. Now that our quinoa is cooked, we are going to add our steamed asparagus and then the zest and juice of 1 lemon. Lemon and asparagus are a great combination. I'm also going to add some fresh parsley, a nice drizzle of olive oil, some salt and pepper, and finally, some beautiful crumbled feta for a nice salty bite. I'm going to stir this all together and this beautiful salad is ready to be eaten, hot or cold. Finally on today's menu, I have a super simple dinner option that is great for those nights where you just don't feel like cooking. I'm getting started by melting some butter in a frying pan over medium-high heat. Once your butter has melted completely, it's time to add some flavor. Today, that means garlic, a whole lot of garlic. Once my garlic becomes fragrant, I'm going to add my peeled shrimp and my asparagus that I've just trimmed and chopped. Next, I'm going to add just a splash of white wine. If you don't drink or you're too young to drink, you could also do this with vegetable broth. It would work just as well. Finally, I'm going to add some red chili flakes. This dish isn't overly spicy, but the red chili flakes definitely add a little kick. I'm going to turn my heat down to medium, put on my lid, and let this guy simmer until my shrimp are cooked through. This should only take 3 to 4 minutes. It happens that fast. I'm going to finish this all off with a good squeeze of fresh lemon juice and a little salt and pepper. And then serve it over a beautiful bed of rice. How easy was that? Dinner is served seriously in under 15 minutes. I hope these tasty recipes help you love asparagus just as much as I do. And if you give them a try, be sure to tweet or Instagram me a photo because you know I love seeing what you're coming up with in your very own kitchens. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know what fruits and vegetables you'd like to see featured in our next episodes of In Season. Finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to The Domestic Geek because there's lots more deliciousness where this came from.